Welcome to the second installation of Normie Nonsense. I'm Emily. This is my channel. Real quick, I started this channel just to, through my life, celebrate normal Americans and let them realize that their normal life as an American is pretty cool and exciting, and cherish the life that you have and live, laugh, love, that whole thing. So, okay, so today on today's show, I thought I'd share a little story from my past. Random fact about me. I was a professional ballet dancer for many years, probably close to about 15, I think. And I'll have a bunch of stories over the years of things that have happened, but I thought this is a good one considering the time of year that we're in. Picture it. Indiana, 2011. I really don't know if that was the year. Anyway, that was just my homage to Sophia. So, picture it. Indiana, January 2011. I had a gig in Indianapolis, and at my gigs, I always wore like a cocktail dress to the event. Would change into my costumes in between sets. I usually did 3 sets, sometimes 4, but usually 3. And then I would change back into my cocktail outfit to drive home. Mind you, I have on full stage makeup, like eyelash, the whole shebang. And I was much younger then. Like, obviously, I was in my mid-30s. I was kind of a looker back then. So I'm driving home, and most of my gigs end at typically 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'm driving home. Now, those of you who are familiar of the stretch of I-70 for which I will be speaking, in between Indianapolis and Dayton, Ohio, know that once you hit just past Greenfield, they ain't nothing. Like nothing. If you don't stop at the Greenfield exit for gas or snacks, there's not anything really until you hit Richmond. So, I have a full tank of gas. I don't need gas. It's snowy out. It's cold. I'm like, well, I don't need any snacks. I'll be fine. So, I am parallel now with the entrance ramp from the exit from Greenfield. So, like the people coming back onto the interstate. And as I'm parallel with this ramp, all the lights in my car just like go off. Like all of the dash, my headlights, everything. But my car's still running and the heat's still running, but none of my other electronics are working. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God. So obviously I panicked and like, I didn't slam on the brakes, but I hit the brakes because I was like, is there something wrong? My lights came back on when I touched the brakes, and I was like, what is happening? So like I touched the brakes, all the dash lights came on, my headlights came back on, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm fine. So I keep going, and maybe a couple minutes later, all the lights go back out again. Headlights, dash lights. I have no idea how fast I'm going. No idea. And there's like no one on I-70, like not even a semi. So my headlights are out. I don't know how fast I'm going. Oh, I can't turn off my heater. I don't know why it won't turn off, but that circuit's not working either. So it's getting real freaking hot in the car, and my windows won't roll down. So I'm like dying of hot at this point. Touch my brakes. Lights come back on. Dash comes back on. Like, cool. Keep going. Same things happens. So now I'm like, oh my God, I just need to get home. But I am still in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, and I have at least another hour and a half drive back to Dayton. And I'm like, okay, so there is a truck stop on I-70 in between the two, a TNA, if you guys know. If you know, you know. And I'm like, okay, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I am by myself in full stage makeup. in a cocktail dress. Do I stop at the truck stop? Or do I just take my chances? I decide to take my chances. So I keep going. And I keep thinking, surely there'll be a semi that I can get behind and just follow. Surely a state trooper will see me without my lights on, will pull me over, and will help me out. No. Nope. None of those things occurred. Thank God that there was still snow on the ground, because at least I could see where the road was, but I had no idea how fast I was going. I didn't know if I was in the lane. I could have been going right down the middle of the interstate. I just know where snow was, and where the interstate was. I tell you what, I made it home. And it started sleeting too. So I'm like dying. It's like an Uncle Buck scene where he's like all hot and he's trying to get his coat off and that was probably my most adventurous trek home in the middle of the night. Typically I like to scare myself listening to Coast to Coast and convincing myself I'm going to be abducted by aliens, on the long stretch of highway where you're all by yourself. But this night I was terrifying myself because I was driving in the middle of the night in the snow, no lights, no dash lights, no idea how fast I was going, but I made it home. And now I have this story to tell you lovely people. So, hope this inspires somebody to write down a story tonight about something silly or funny that happened to them that they don't want to forget. Because I'm not going to lie, sometimes I forget that story, but it's a good one. Have a good night. Once again, hey, like me. Follow me. I'd appreciate it.